Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you the easiest way to draw a Henna Paisley. I remember in the beginning this one was super tough for me, so I'm going to be breaking it down step by step. That way you can get a grasp on it ASAP so you can start designing right away. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Alright, to start, I'm going to show you first the paisley in one direction and the paisley in the other direction in my normal style of how I like to apply them. So as you can see, I am doing a technique known as draping, in which I lift the tip of the cone and drag the henna in the shape or the direction that I want it to go. If you're unfamiliar with that technique, I have videos on it. I will link them above and also in the description below for you if you want to check that out first, especially if you are a super newbie beginner henna artist, because this is a very essential technique that you'll need to know. So as you can see, there are a few different parts to this paisley. I'm going to first show you without the swirl. I'm going to break it down, just that main shape of it. So there's basically three kind of movements, I would say, to the main paisley body. So there's that first kind of C-curve shape, and then there's the connecting the bottom to the top. So I would say the first movement is that bottom one. The second one is the top. It kind of creates an S curve. And then the third one is basically connecting it all together. So that is the essential part of it. So again, you have that first C curve, then you have that top C curve, and then you have that large one which connects the bottom to the top. And that is the basic motion that I would suggest to begin with, just to get your hand familiar with this shape. Basically, all henna is creating muscle memory, and then eventually you can almost do this design shape in your sleep. I guarantee it. So if you are a beginner, I recommend just getting out a piece of paper, trying to do this shape over and over again, and follow these three essential movements. And you can do it like I'm doing, a light kind of tracing first, just to get an idea, and then you can drape over it. So again, 1, 2, 3. You can do from top to bottom if you want. You can see what feels better for you, but for me personally, going from the bottom to the top, I feel kind of is a little bit easier. So you can just try it out and see what works for you. And then as you can see, I'm just draping over the traced line that I did essentially. And that is your basic shape. And then I'm going to show you how you can create the swirl, which is basically just a continuation of that neck of the paisley. So again, 1, 2, and then you have 3. Don't worry if the line breaks on you a little bit, you can always just fill it in. And there again, one more time, just to really see that motion. Now again, I'm going to show you how you can create the swirl part. So I like to use basically the back curve to get an idea of where I want the curve to start from. So as you can see, I just did the curve first and added a dot. Eventually you can make more of a swirl, you can make it a little bit tighter, but in the beginning I feel like just creating a simple curve and then a dot creates the effect just as well. So again, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to use this long curve to get an idea, to eyeball it. But if you feel like it's easier to use the bottom curve, you can do that too if you like it tighter. I personally like the look of this one with it being a little bit further. I'm not as much of a fan of that one, but if you are, you can totally do that too. And then I'm going to show you how you can do it backwards, because like I said, you're going to want to practice these in both directions. So again, this time when I'm going backwards, I like to connect the top to the bottom. So we have the first motion, the second motion, and then the third. So these are the directions I like to move for each section of the paisley. So let's go over it again. All right, so I'm going to show you again. So you have your first motion, second, nice little C curves, and then I go from the bottom to the top, or you can do top to bottom, whichever feels better for you. Just drape on over it, and that is your, I guess you could say it's the right facing paisley. So I would say the face of it is the swirl section. So let's do it again. So we have 1 and 2, and then eventually, like I said, you can do it all in one motion, but it's nice to break it down in the beginning. And here's the third. You're going to basically use that neck of the paisley to get an idea of where the swirl is going to come from. And again, you can even draw out the dot for the swirl part and then just drape over it like so. Honestly, in the beginning it was really tough, but looking back on it, it seems like it's not that difficult. So I really hope that this is making it easy for you and not harder. Yeah, so again, in order to make it a little bit thicker too, you can always just drape over it some more. So again, just going through the motions. Repetition is key in the beginning of learning any art form. As you can see, I just continued that back C curve into the swirl. And that really is the way that I like to do them. And then I'm going to show you some different styles, because once you have the fundamentals down, you can kind of accentuate the paisley by making it bigger, making it thicker, kind of basically making the belly of the paisley a little bit more accentuated just to create a different shape. Here you can see I'm doing it on the side. So again, as you're designing in real time, making your own compositions, you will basically create different shaped paisleys, and it's just really fun, and it creates different looks to each design just by creating the shape to be just a little bit different, making some bigger, some smaller, thickening the base a little bit. And again, this is just part 1, so I really want you to get this main shape down, and in part 2 we are going to go over different fills, because that is where it gets really fun and that's where you can really change things up. But yeah, so again, here you can kind of see how I made that belly of the paisley very more like accentuated, more curved, and you can see it has a very different look, but it's basically the same idea of breaking it down in different steps. And then again, in part 2, we're going to go over all the different fills. I think that's the really fun part. But I love the paisley. It's just such a quintessential part of any henna design. And I think you're going to really enjoy the next video that comes out. And if you guys have any other ideas of basic shapes that you want me to go over, do let me know in the comments section. I love making these beginner henna videos for you, just basically making videos that I wish I had when I very first started. I know I have a lot of intermediate and advanced henna artists that probably follow me as well, so we will be doing more videos as well. So let me know what you guys think down below.